Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, and today while I'm working on these couple of patches here that I just stitched out on my embroidery machine, we're going to talk about being 40 plus, creating content, running a business, or even working a job. Now, for me, I do all three and I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. You definitely want to set a schedule for yourself. You know, you want to figure out what works for you, so you're not burning yourself out, stressing yourself out. And you also want to show up for your subscribers as well with your content. So that's something that you definitely want to do. Starting off, you want to figure out your schedule, when you're going to post, what you're going to post, what days you're going to post on, the type of content you're going to create. Things like that, something that you want to take into consideration before you even get started with your channel. Kind of write down and brainstorm some ideas, and that way you'll kind of have something to work with. And you can always go back and update and edit and change things as you go. Now, as far as which platform that you decide that you want to use, you know, that's completely up to you. I do content for different platforms, but mainly on YouTube because I like doing the long form content. I like doing DIYs, showing people how to make things and all that good stuff. So just decide what type of content you want to do and then work on your posting schedule. And I got to get some tweezers. And then, you know, from there, another question I get asked a lot, or a comment that people say a lot in some of my posts is, well, I don't have the equipment yet, or I need to get this, or I need to get that. No, you don't. Most people have smartphones. That's enough, honestly. To get started, that is enough. When I started my YouTube channel, my sound was bad, my lighting was bad, but guess what? Those videos are still getting views to this day. So it obviously wasn't as bad as I thought, but I mean, I've definitely improved as time has went on. But you definitely just start. You definitely want to start. Just start creating the content. Don't feel like, okay, once I have my lighting right, I'm going to start shooting videos. Once I have, you know, the best camera out there, I'm going to start recording content. When I started, I used the iPhone 11. And to this day, I kind of switch it up. It honestly just depends on what's charged up the most. So either I'll use my iPhone 14, I'll use my Sony camera or my Canon camera. And I still get the same quality. Like, I've compared some of my videos that I've used my iPhone versus my camera, and the quality's still there. So just start. The thing you need to do is just start. That's going to be most important. And then as far as, I know a lot of people talk about niching down. You do want to have content that resonates with your audience or your subscribers, things like that. And you kind of want to build on that content. But over time, you can, over time, you can start adding in other types of content that you enjoy, that you think your subscribers will enjoy as well. Another thing that people say a lot is, well, such and such is doing X, Y, and Z and it's working for them, but you're not such and such. Every YouTuber started with 0 subscribers. So all of us started with not a single subscriber. So just start, do what works for you, because what works for somebody else may not work for you, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes for them. So you can't base your content off of what somebody else is doing. Now you can definitely get inspiration. I would definitely say that. You could definitely get inspiration from someone else. Now, I definitely don't suggest copying someone else's style or content. You definitely want to be your authentic, original self, but do what you feel like you want to share with your audience on a regular basis. And again, it is okay to switch it up at times. I mean, just start the channel. When I started, again, lighting was bad, sound was bad, all of that. It was not good at all. But I learned as time went on, and I'm still learning to this day. So there's no one out there, and I know there's a lot of people out there that claim to be YouTube gurus. I mean, yeah, if you're Mr. Beast, I mean, he's an exception to the rule. But just post the content. If you don't post the content and you keep saying, well, I'm gonna wait until this, I'm gonna wait until that, people aren't gonna know who you are or, you know, be interested in what it is that you want to share with them. Just looking at this one here in the back, just looking how my threads are, my tension on here, it looks really good. But anywho, going back to comparing yourself to others, just do what is natural for you, because you don't know what a person is doing behind the scenes. Some people might have a team helping them edit and make thumbnails and work on their description and things like that. Myself, I am a one-woman show. So I record my content, I edit my content, I upload it, I do all my descriptions. As far as my business, I'm updating my website, I'm taking the photos for my products, I'm adding those on there, I'm doing shipping, I'm doing customer service, and I work my job 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So with all that going on, what has really worked for me that may work for you or may not is that you definitely want to have a schedule. A schedule is going to be very important because it'll keep you on track. At least for me, it definitely keeps me on track. So I'll know, okay, this is what I need to do today, or this is what I need to get done today. Or, you know, even just planning out my content, planning out a few video ideas and like, okay, well, these will be my next 2-3 videos that I'm going to do. So you definitely want to plan your content. Plan it out. You will be happy that you did. Now I'm looking at these. So this is how one patch is turning out, and this is how the other one is looking so far. I'm kind of thinking about leaving. Usually I would peel out like the circle part here in between the letters or in the letters, but I'm actually liking how it looks with it just like that. So I don't think I'm going to, and then I'll just go ahead and cut around. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. But back to the schedule. You definitely want to have some type of schedule, and that way you can stay consistent. And you're not trying to think of, okay, what can I record today, and just record anything just because you want to get a video out. Do what works for you. Don't feel like just because these creators or those creators are doing 3 videos a week, 2 lives a week, you know, or whatever, that may work for them. That may work for their schedule, whatever the case may be. But do what works for you. If you feel like, okay, I can only post 1 video a week and go live twice a month, or if I'm just going to go live once a week, whatever the case may be, just do what works for you. Don't try to do what works for somebody else, because that is what will cause burnout. And I have been there. Now, I haven't burnt out, but I have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I need a break. So that once I realized I need to just do what worked for me and my schedule, and not having to feel like I just need to pump out content just to get views, things like that. When I film my videos, they're videos that either my subscribers have asked about or asked if I could do a video on, or tutorials that I just feel like I want to show to you guys. So that is how I do as far as my schedule and posting content, things like that, that work for me. So what I have here is a hot knife, and I'm gonna use that to cut out my patches before I put my backing on. And so I'm gonna do one at a time, and I'm gonna let this get hot, and this does heat up to like 800 or 900 degrees. So you definitely wanna be careful. And I'm definitely going to be careful when I'm using this. And I'm going to cut these down a little bit as well. But don't worry about having the best lighting. I would definitely say you want to have decent audio. You can get like a mic like the one that I'm wearing from Amazon. You can get them on, other marketplaces and things like that. Or you can purchase them at some stores as well. I've seen some mics at Walmart and Target. But you definitely want to have decent sound. And if you don't have, say, like studio lighting, ring lights and things like that, you can also try filming in like a room that has a lot of natural light. So I definitely rearranged my room in here months ago because I had my camera facing the window, which is over here. And now during the day when I'm filming, I open that up and I get a lot of natural light. So that definitely helps when I'm filming my videos. Or if you're vlogging, I mean, you're most likely going to be outside. So, you can get like a light to attach to your phone or your camera. That will help with your lighting as well. But I highly suggest a microphone. And I can link some decent ones. I have probably about 4 different mics that I purchased over the years. And so I'll make sure to link those below so you can check them out if you're interested. And they're all from Amazon. But as far as running my business, now that is always going to be kind of a 24/7 type of thing, because, people might go to my site and they want something custom. So I'll get an email from that, or they'll chat through my site. Or as far as running the business, if, with that being 24/7, I'm always going to get like inquiries for custom items, or someone needing help with maybe a digital download or something to that effect. So I'm always I have my alerts set up for that, just to make sure I always get them. Now, of course, if I'm sleepless late at night, then, I'm going to get back to them the next business day. But even with my business, I put in the inquiries section on my website. If you leave an inquiry, I will get back to you within 24 business hours. That way it allows me some time. I'm not overextending myself, and nor am I giving false hope or false expectations to someone that may be reaching out to me for a design or regarding an item or whatever the case may be. So always give yourself a little bit of grace. Of course, when you're starting out, you're trying to respond to everything right away and do everything right away. Just take time and do things, check them off. Just check things off the list. Don't feel like you need to do everything at once. And let me move this over here a little bit. I probably should have used my extension cord, but it's all good. So now I'm gonna just cut this right around the stitches. And the good thing about this heat knife is that it does seal in your stitches as well because the temperature is so high. I hope I'm cutting this good enough. And this is felt and HTV glitter that I use for this patch. So let's see how it cuts felt, because normally I use a patch twill or duck fabric for my patches, but I decided to try fabric today to test out these designs. But again, just start your channel, whatever social media platform it is that you want or you've been considering, just start it. Because the more you put it off, the more you're going to find reasons to not do it. And you don't want to do that. You want to build that audience. You want to share, whatever it is that you're sharing with your audience. So you have to start. And pretty much everybody nowadays has a smartphone. So you should be able to start the content or start your channel from the phone or whatever that you have, or even a tablet. I've recorded videos with my tablet before. Okay, just being a little careful here, just making sure I'm staying close to the edge. And then once I have this material off, then I will go ahead and add my backing on, and these patches will be done. And these are some HTV glitter applique patches that I'm working on some different designs. And of course, I like to test out every design that I digitize before I start selling anything. And these actually stitched out beautifully, no issues, no nothing. I love it when that happens. But yeah, going back to the topic at hand. Again, my 3 main points on this video: start the channel. You don't have to have the most expensive equipment to start your channel. And do not compare yourself to other content creators, because your path and their path is not the same. But you can definitely look to other fellow content creators for inspiration. That is definitely nothing wrong with it there. Oh shoot, I almost cut through my threads. Now, if you are working a job, if you're working remote, is definitely a plus, because you have that extra commute time. But even if you're working in the office, you can always schedule your content to premiere or go from private to public at a certain time. And that way you're not always, feeling like, okay, you have to be available for this, that, and the third. I schedule all of my content ahead of time. That way I don't have to worry about it. It's going to premiere, the video will post, my subscribers will see it, and then, I'm filming or editing the next video and also uploading that and getting that ready to also go either premiere or public to private. But if you don't post, then no one will know about you or what it is that you share. Let's see. That didn't cut all the way through. This felt is a little bit thicker material than my patch twill. And so I'm probably gonna grab my applique scissors and cut around. Yeah, I'm gonna need these and these. And so I'm just going to go ahead and cut around because I think either I wasn't applying too much pressure or it didn't cut out all the way just because of the thickness of the material. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut around what I can, and then in the curves I'll use my applique scissors for those. And just know some of your videos will get good views, and sometimes it may take months, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere you just see your video is just getting more and more views all of a sudden out of nowhere. Like I have that happen to me all the time where it's like a month later and then all of a sudden now this video is just getting a ton of views. And maybe at that time when I made that video, you know, no one was really looking for that particular topic that I was talking about. But then once, you know, maybe once a trend happened or whatever the case may be, people started searching for that content, or YouTube started recommending that my particular content. And then I noticed I started getting all these views. So don't get discouraged if initially you're not getting, you know, a lot of views or the views that you feel that you should be getting. And, you know, don't post with the intent of going viral either. Just post the content that you love to post when, you know, without any kind of attachment to it, or yeah, I guess I could say attachment, because it's like if you feel like you're only posting to go viral, that content sometimes tends to be unauthentic because you're just posting it hoping for it to go viral. So just post the content, you know, go into YouTube Studios, and you could get an idea of what videos got more views than others. Look at your number, or look at the numbers, look at the analytics, and then the videos that you're seeing. Okay, people are really liking these types of videos. Let me make more videos similar to this or similar to that style of video. And, you know, that is something that can really help you as well. Check your analytics, but don't be obsessed with your analytics, if that makes sense. So just meaning, don't just constantly go into YouTube Studio and refresh and like, okay, did I get any more subscribers, or did I get any more views on my video? Because yeah, you will build a obsession for, you know, your analytics or your views or your subscriber count. Regardless of your subscriber count, I would focus on your views. Look at how many people are viewing your content, because you could be a channel with 200,000 subscribers, but if you're only getting 100 to 200 views, the math isn't math in there. Another thing I tell people that have reached out to me and said they want to start their YouTube channel and they want to hurry up and get monetized, and they were considering purchasing subscribers. Don't do that. Do not do that. Just post the content. Your tribe will come. Your subscribers will come. Your channel will grow. Just be authentic with it. You don't want to do anything to jeopardize your hard work. So do not do that on any platform. I definitely and highly do not suggest doing that, because that can actually hurt you more than it can help you. So Just work on your content, work on the organic growth, and building your community and building your channel and learning more as you go as far as making your content. So that just, yeah. I get that question a lot, and I'm just like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Because YouTube does have systems in place where they can recognize that and they can ban you. They can block your channel. They can demonetize you. So just don't do it. And again, if you are nervous maybe about making content or even going live, maybe do a collaboration with somebody. So you have someone on the screen with you or in the video with you that you can converse with and, you know, just have a dialogue as you're doing whatever it is you're doing to make it more comfortable for you and kind of get those nerves, those jitters out of the way. And then, you know, then start going live by yourself or doing content by yourself. Another thing that you can do is like reaction videos. You know, I see a lot of people have reaction channels to certain situations that are going on in the news or in the content world, things like that. So that's definitely something that you can do as well. Reaction videos. But again, whatever type of channel you decide to start, just roll with it. Now, I would say about a year after I started my channel, I changed my channel name. So when you're coming up with, you know, the ideas for your channel, what you want to create, things like that, you know, you definitely want to consider your channel name. But say if 6 months down the line, you're like, okay, I feel like this is what my channel is more about, and I want my channel name to kind of coincide with my content, you can always change it. You're not held to that name once you pick that name. So just remember that you can always edit, adjust, update, you know, what works and what is not working for you. Okay, this one is just about done. And yeah, actually turned out better, was quicker with me just cutting the patch. Now I do have a little bit of the felt, extra little pieces that I'm cutting off. All right, so that's how the first one is looking. And so I'm gonna actually just turn this off because obviously I'm not gonna use it now. And I'm gonna just slide that out the way. So we got one down. And then the last one, and then I'll press, I'm gonna use Heat and Bond Ultra Hold for these. And these were the HTV glitter colors that I use for the patches from Econotransfer as well. And so now I'm gonna just go ahead and do the same thing. And I didn't even need my applique scissors for that one. And you can also repurpose content. So you can, you know, take your video that you post and you can remix it or edit it into a short right within YouTube Studio. So it's basically like 2 for 1. And then from the short, you can link your video, the full video. And so people can click on that and then they can watch the full video relating to whatever that short is. So not only have you just created a long form content or some long form content or video, you also created a reel or a short. And so that's 2 for 1. And you can kind of make multiple shorts if you want from your video in YouTube Studio. You just go to the actual video, you click on remix, you select short, and you just make a short from that video. And that is, you know, can help you with more viewership. So just use all the tools that are available to you to help you grow organically, and you will be good. But you have to start with what you have, and then from there work on getting, you know, if you want to get a better microphone, or if you want to get better lighting, or whatever the case may be. Don't feel like you have to get all of these things at the same time. Don't feel like you have to go out and get a $1,000 camera because, you know, X, Y, and Z said this is the best YouTube camera. Work with what you have. And I think that's what scares a lot of people, is that they want perfection from the very first video. And I can say personally, I'm always changing, growing, learning. So when it comes to creating content, there is honestly no such thing as perfection. The algorithm changes and updates. So you're going to have to change and update as well. Not saying that you're going to have to like switch up your content, but you're going to have to, you know, readjust, reevaluate. You might have to switch up some things here and there. And then as far as creating that content, you know, working a job, running a business, you definitely have to have a schedule. You want to plan this stuff. You just don't want to just get on the camera and just make a video because you feel like, oh, I need to make a video. I feel like when people do that, it shows in their videos, in their content. You can kind of see that, okay, they just rushed to put out some content. I'm not resonating with this, or it's not resonating with me, and I feel like it was rushed. And people can pick up on that. So just be your natural, true, authentic self, and you will be fine. And everybody on YouTube started with 0 subscribers. So don't feel discouraged. You will grow. Just post the content, and the people that it's meant for will find you. Okay, I think this one is good too. Just got a few pieces I need to cut off. Making sure I don't cut my threads. That's the most important thing here. Okay. And that looks good to me. And that is the other one. So blessed and dope. So I had some people ask me about applique patches because they didn't have an embroidery machine. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get into my digitizing software and see what I can do. And this is what I can do. So, but I have no regrets. I'm actually glad I started my YouTube channel. I started my channel in my 40s. I am still in my 40s, and I am going to keep posting content. And the people that it is meant for will find it. And another piece here on the end I need to cut. And then I need to grab my iron, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my backing on here, and I will be done. But again, this was very not my usual video, just kind of wanted to chat about some of the questions that I get about starting a YouTube channel or just starting content creation in general. And I'm always going to say the same thing regardless of the person that's asking me. Just start. You'll never know if you don't start. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut a bigger piece. So I'm gonna just move this down, move that one down, and then just cut this right here. All right there. Woo. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down right here as well. Save that for another patch. And then I'm just going to fold and cut this in half. Yeah. And if you want to switch up your content, you can switch up your content as well. You don't have to necessarily niche down to a certain extent to where you don't do any other thing, you know, any other type of content. I always say have a niche and then kind of branch out from that niche is what I would suggest. So to start, you know, get started and then figure out, okay, this is working, this isn't working, and then go from there. And so I'm going to line this up on the edge and then clip that in place so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to cut around. And I get it right on the edge because I don't want any overlap. I don't want any extra glue when I press it onto a garment, getting onto the garment. So I make sure to have my patches like right at the edge. And then for this one, I'm just gonna cut it straight across. And then once I press it, then I'll cut the excess, or I might just do that now. So like that. And if you don't want to create long form content, you can always just create shorts. Those are anywhere from, you know, 15 seconds to 1 minute. And you can create those and start your channel that way. And as you get more comfortable, then you can go from shorts to long form content. So don't let anyone tell you you feel like, or they feel like this is what you should do, or this is the way. There is no right and wrong way. There is just your way. And leave it at that. And once I get these pressed, these are all done. These turned out so cute. And I'll probably press these on a tote bag that I made. Yeah, definitely gonna press this on a tote bag. That would look good on there. But I just wanted to chat while I was working on these patches. If you do have any questions regarding starting a channel, you know, oh, and another thing, watch out for the YouTube gurus. Like, I mean, yeah, there's some channels out there that just post a video, goes viral, and their channel blows up. That happens all the time, but no one can guarantee that's going to happen to your channel, so don't pay anyone for something they can't truly guarantee you. Do not waste your money. Because again, what worked, maybe, you know, that person had a video that went viral, their channel blew up, and now they feel like they're a YouTube coach, but they maybe really don't know how or why that particular video went viral. And if, you know, that is the case, make sure they back it up with facts. You want to see multiple videos with the same results, or you want to see where they've helped another channel with the same results. Just be leery of, you know, I can make you blow up on social media in 5 days. Don't waste your money. I need another clip. So just take your time, grow your channel organic, schedule your content. Don't compare yourself to other channels, and check your analytics, because that's going to give you the information you need to know what is and what is not working for your channel. And it is okay to change things up if you feel like, okay, there's something else that you are passionate about that you want to share with your subscribers. It is okay to do that. Don't feel like, okay, I'm a craft channel, or I'm a vlog channel, or I do, you know, entertainment content, and that's it. I can't talk about anything else because this is the only thing I could talk about on YouTube. No. Now, I would be careful with creating totally different content. So say, for example, I'm primarily DIY and crafts, and then all of a sudden I just start doing entertainment blogging. Like, that really doesn't go together. Make it make sense for you and for your audience. I'll say that. And then go from there. But let me know if you guys have any questions about any other topics that I was just kind of rambling on about. Again, I just did this video just because I've had quite a few questions about content and getting started, and, you know, people telling me they want to start, but they're nervous or they don't have the equipment. And I'm telling y'all, or I'm telling you the same thing I told them. Just start. Just start the channel. Upload the content. If you're a crafter, just make content. Do shorts of you making your items or something like that. And then just build on that. And then find out what works for you, what works for your community, your subscribers, and then go from there. All right, and I don't even have my iron plugged up, so I'll probably press it off camera. But with these, now you can use a regular household iron to adhere the backing, or you can use a heat press, whatever you have available. So I'll probably just use my mini press for the back of these. Press that on my mat, my heat resistant mat. Let me grab that. So I'm gonna just use this here Cricut mini press and let that warm up. press these on. I was gonna do it off camera, but I'm like, hey, I'm in this far. I might as well finish, right? And let me just get down here and plug this up. All right, good to go. And I am turning it up to the highest setting that I have on here. If you're using a household iron, you'll just want to press it at the highest setting with no steam. Make sure there's no steam on there when you do it. And so then what I will do is start with one side. Well, remove the clips, start with one side, and then work my way to the other side as soon as it is warm. Up and get my little space cleaned up here. Or another option is also podcasting. So if you prefer just to kind of talk about certain topics, you know, you can also create long form content, but you can also make it a podcast. So that is another option for you if you want to do that. Now with the podcast, you definitely do want to get a good microphone though. So I would say that's the only thing with the podcast as far as the equipment that you would need is a really good microphone. And podcasts, you can also do just audio only. You don't necessarily have to have video behind it. So that is another option if you're afraid of talking to a camera. But I don't mind it at all. I am an introvert myself, and to even start making content and get in front of the camera, at first I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here in a room by myself talking to a camera. But after a while, it's just like, okay, you know that there's people on the other side of that are watching you and your content. And so I'm gonna just take the iron, just rub it over the section just for a few minutes. And then as I move down, then I'll remove these other clips and press those. And I usually like to press for about 15 seconds or so, the entire patch. Okay, so that one should be good. And I'm gonna set that there, let that cool down. You don't want to start lifting up the backing or anything like that until the patch is completely cooled down. And I'm gonna actually start on this side, remove that clip, and then work my way down the patch and then remove the other clips. And same situation with the household iron. Again, use the highest setting, no steam for about 15 seconds. And I'm using very light pressure. I'm really not even putting any pressure on it. All right, let that one cool. And I do have a little excess, so I'm gonna trim that down. And I'm just gonna check this one. This one looks good. So that is the finished patch with the backing on there. Then I'm gonna just trim this extra, because when you go to press it onto your garment, you don't want any extra glue coming around from the patch. So I'm getting as close to my stitches without cutting my stitches. And then right here at the bottom. All right. And I do have a little piece right there. I'll get that cut. So that is how the patches turned out. I really like them. So I'm gonna get back into my digitizing software shortly and work on some more designs, some more applique patches, because these turned out too cute. But if you have any questions, let me know below in the comments. Let me know if you've been considering starting a YouTube channel or just creating content for whatever platform, and what is stopping you from creating a channel or starting your content creation journey. Let me know that as well, so we can chat about it in the comments. But I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching and just sitting here listening to me ramble and make my patches, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.